So tonight's talk is on how to survive and thrive for the two oceans, but it's actually for anyone that takes part in sport. Just a little bit of background information for the people that don't know me yet. So I'm Joan. Where does Vitadurance come from? It was founded by myself. I'm a PhD pharmacist, along with another PhD pharmacist. Medical doctor contacted me and said, please, can't you create something for my patients that actually work and that is affordable? And yeah, I think I do love exercise as well. I used to be a tennis player. I've got quite some issues as well. I'm a long distance runner now as well. And it was born from my own struggles with my joints, that these products, I felt like nothing like this is available on the market with this type of synergy and these type of good quality ingredients as well. So what are we going to cover today? The truth about your joints and what happens over time, why Joint Active is something that you should be taking daily if you want to take care of your joints. PA, your body's own natural anti-inflammatory. This is my this is the supplement or the ingredient that I like the most. Why it's good to take the two of them together, which other products are really very good for athletes to use as well. And then your skin, your biggest organ, why we should be protecting it and what is out there for us to be doing that. And then a race day protocol as well for oceans, and then some questions and answers as well. So what is the hard truth about long distance running? I went to a talk a while ago where Nick Bester said to us, each step is 4 times your body weight. So the problem is if you do a lot of repetitive exercise, active individuals, especially the ones taking part in very strenuous activities, have got a 2.5 times greater chance of developing osteoarthritis. So why would that be? Just because osteoarthritis is known as wear and tear. And it's like anything else, like your car, it's wear and tear. You're using it, you're putting it under a lot of strain. So therefore, it would be good to protect it as well. And then also aging. So from the age of 25, you lose approximately 1% of your collagen. So your collagen gives your joints their strength. So that also declines as you age. So by the time that you reach 50, you've lost 25% of your structural collagen as well. And the good thing is, most damage happens because athletes push without protecting. We all know this. They say, oh, I'm just going to run through it. I don't need to do anything. It will get better. I'm just going to run it away. But that doesn't really work that way. The good news is you can dramatically slow this down and actually start protecting your joints, because as you'll understand later on, there is a point where it's more difficult to do anything for your joints. So I always tell people this slide is very important. So it's difficult to understand joint ingredients or joint supplements. There's a host of products out there, a lot of ingredients. People don't know how it works, why it works, where it works. So you always have to go back to the cartilage, because what are you trying to do with a joint supplement? You're trying to keep your cartilage healthy, and your cartilage has got 4 constituents. The first one is water. The second one is collagen. This is why collagen is important. It's one of the main ingredients in your cartilage, and that gives your joints its structural strength, the scaffolding. Then there's something called proteoglycans. They are large molecules that go over and under this collagen framework that you have. The more of them you have, the healthier your cartilage is as well. Think of it like a jersey that are very tightly knit versus a jersey with big holes. Won't be very strong if it is that way. And then chondrocytes, those are the little cells that you have in your cartilage that actually put you into repair. They're forming new proteoglycans and destroying the old ones. But this is, unfortunately, if you have severe osteoarthritis or late stage, the chondrocytes are damaged and they don't function like they should be anymore. And then that's why it's very difficult at that stage to really do something about the joint. But while you still have functioning chondrocytes, they are the only cell in there and very, very important. Cartilage has got no blood supply. Repair is slow and passive. Just always remember this. So prevention is definitely the way to go. what breaks down when you run, and now you can understand why these ingredients or these supplements are so important for you. Your cartilage, your tendons and ligaments, your bones, your muscles, and then the big one, your immune system. A lot of people especially during their training blocks that are quite strong, get sick. How often does it happen you run a marathon and the next day you're sick? It's because your immune system took a knock. I once read this book from a German guy that said athletes live dangerously, and that is true. It's because our immune system is always under attack. So what is the solution for these problems? Joint Active, this is the daily go-to. It's our best-selling product as well. It's a 5-in-1 joint supplement. So this is for people that are active, for runners, anyone that actually wants to preserve their joint function, healthy joints, tendons, and then the nice thing that people are not aware of, it's got studies for your skin as well. So it's actually so many things in one. When you evaluate a joint supplement, you always have to make sure that it works in 3 categories. Something that works on the structure of your joint, like the collagen, and this has got 2 types of collagen in. Something that reduces inflammation, because if you've got unchecked inflammation in your joint, it's going to create more damage to your cartilage. It's always good to stop that inflammation. And then something that functions as an antioxidant. Reason being is the fact that if you do a lot of exercise, there's a lot of free radicals. You need to neutralize them as well. And then what's very nice about Joint Active as well, what goes hand in hand with osteoarthritis is osteopenia, osteoporosis. People that run a lot, we tend to be more acidic. What does your body do? Remember, the pH of your blood always stays constant. So if you have this high acidic load due to your exercise regime, all your body's going to do is to extract some calcium from your bones to keep the pH of your blood constant. And therefore, people then later realize, okay, well, my bone density is not the way that it was supposed to be anymore, or even when your estrogen levels start declining. So the nice thing about Joint Active as well is it's also very protective for your bones, because it's got a type of vitamin K in, which means that you will be absorbing your calcium from your food during the course of the day. It doesn't matter when you ingest it. People start seeing results when they start this within the first 2 weeks. I actually had my designer use this for her arm. She's a golfer. Within 2 weeks, she said to me she can go back to golfing as well. So it is something that, like I say, this is our best-selling product. People that use it usually don't stop. Nothing like this exists on the market because of the synergy, the ingredients, the types of ingredients, and how they have been put together. So why do I say this is a multi-collagen, and why is this so important? So all these different things, joints are complex. That's why there's not just a one ingredient solution. You have to look at these ingredients and try and see where they work. Remember, we already now identified collagen is very important in your cartilage. But now you need different types of collagen to support your joints and all the structures surrounding it. For instance, type 1, it's for your tendons, your ligaments, your skin. Type 2 is the type that you get in your cartilage. Type 3 is your flexible connective tissue. Type 5 regulates how the collagen fibers form. Type 10 supports cartilage mineralization. So a single collagen can't address all of those things. So it's very important to have a multi-collagen one. And that's what you have with Joint Active as well. It's got eggshell membrane. It's got native collagen. 2 different sources of collagen. The one is the little membrane from an eggshell. The other one is from the chicken sternum. They've got different mechanisms of action, but fantastic synergy, and they do supply all of this for you as well. Here's the 2 collagens that I spoke about just now. The eggshell membrane, that small little membrane between the outside of the egg and the inside of the egg, and then the native type collagen. So I think an easy way to see this is that the eggshell membrane, what it does for the egg, it actually does for your cartilage as well. It protects it, and it's got all these constituents in a natural format. Remember, the eggshell membrane is not chemically modified in any way. One little capsule is equal to 200 eggs that you would be consuming, or the membranes of 200 eggs, because I've had people tell me, oh, can't I just eat more eggs? It's like, well, you can try, but I'm not sure you're going to be getting to 200. So that same protective effect it has, same effect that it has for your cartilage. It's unhydrolyzed, no chemicals is involved at all. It's dried, it's used as an extract, and it's unhydrolyzed, which means that it's not chemically modified, and the absorption is very, very good as well, which means that you don't need grams of it. You need 300 to 500 milligrams. The native collagen is even smaller. So this one actually works with your immune system. Remember those chondrocytes that we spoke about? These ones work with those chondrocytes. So let's see, if you imagine your cartilage is a road and it's full of potholes, then this native type collagen is the little men that go out to these potholes, clean them up and fill them up, because they tell your chondrocytes, or they put them into repair mode so that they produce more proteoglycans. The nice thing about the native collagen is that it's fantastic when you still have collagen, still have chondrocytes. If you are late stage osteoarthritis and you don't have chondrocytes anymore, then this ingredient is not as effective, but as a preventative measure, it's great. There's even studies that they've done with this ingredient with people that have zero issues with their joints, just normal people that do exercise, and they found that their recovery with taking this specific ingredient was enhanced versus not taking anything. So yeah, there you have it again. It's going to help you recover better as well. So the two of them work very well together. As I said, what makes this eggshell membrane so unique is all these constituents that it has, the different types of collagen, but then it has elastin, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin, glucosamine, all these things that you've heard about when it comes to joint supplements is already part of the eggshell membrane. There's nothing synthetic in there as well. I've got a trademark one in Joint Active, which has clinical backing as well. So you can see there within 7 days, there was significant VAS pain score improvement versus placebo. And then obviously within 60 days, improved stiffness, function, strength, all kinds of things that they looked at. It also works on a genetic level to stimulate your collagen production. And then the fantastic thing for the ladies out there, this is our beauty from within as well. So can you imagine how lucky we can get? We can look after our joints, protect them, but then it has a fantastic effect on your skin as well. You can see there as well, also because it does supply the collagen. People that use it improve their hair strength and hair loss. Skin looks better. I've had people, I think I've said this story before, a friend of mine who had a gastric bypass and lost a lot of weight by using eggshell membrane. She actually looks much better than people that lost similar amounts of weight as well. So now people would say to me, but I don't need this product because I'm already taking a collagen supplement. I've got this collagen powder, and why can't I just take that? Because the reason being, most collagen powders are hydrolyzed. That means they're chemically modified, they're broken down into the peptides. You need a huge dosage. And then also, most of them, there are some of them that have some clinical backing, but 90% of the collagen powders on the market have got no clinical trials. It's just generic collagen. You need a big dosage. It is hydrolyzed. You're not sure how much of this you absorb. And then remember, this is just collagen. So now you're missing all the other ingredients that you have in Joint Active as well. Remember, it's not just collagen. It is collagen, but then it's native collagen as well. And then there's the herbal anti-inflammatory component to it and the vitamin K. So now you can see for one small capsule versus 10 grams of powder, you're getting so much more. Here are the other ingredients which you won't be getting from a collagen powder. The one is Boswellia serrata. This is frankincense. It's a LOX inhibitor. It's fantastic. This is what helps with the pain and inflammation. There's a little bit of curcumin in there. This is turmeric. Remember we said you want to have a very strong antioxidant, and there you have the antioxidant. And then the vitamin K2 that just helps with your calcium absorption as well, which is very important, especially for the ladies out there. What does Joint Active do for your cartilage? Remember, we always go back to the cartilage. So it helps with healthy water retention within your joint because of these constituents. It's got hyaluronic acid, chondroitin, collagen matrix. It's helping you with forming more proteoglycans. Remember, proteoglycans are those big structures that go over and under your collagen, and it just gives your joint that structure. And then it has the native collagen that works on your chondrocytes and puts you into repair mode. Remember that whole analogy of the road with the potholes. So this supplement does all of these things for your cartilage, which is important because you want to preserve your cartilage as long as possible, because then you'll be aging much more healthier and be able to be active for so much longer. This is what the product looked like. You can see it's very easy. One a day, you can use it preventative, long-term. Most people don't stop using it. Don't use it if you're allergic to eggs, because remember I said it is from eggshell membrane. And then, yeah, longer is better, but most people do say they report the effect within 7 to 14 days. Then my favorite, palmitoyl ethanolamide, PEA. So this is the one substance that's made a very big difference for me personally. And mostly if I tell people about it, they're like, what is that? So it's something that is naturally present in your body. So think about it like this. If you cut your finger, it's sore, then it's less sore, and then it's very sore again. So for that period that it was less sore is when you secreted some PEA, because it is something that your body secretes when you do have pain. It also works similar to CBD on your endocannabinoid receptors. So what does that mean? Reduction in pain, reduction in inflammation, and but it doesn't have THC. You're not going to be high from this. And it's been around for a long time. It was a drug discovery in the 1950s, actually for allergies. And it is known as the body's own anti-inflammatory agent.
Jeez.
Me too.
So what is one of the key features that we have here is this specific one is micronized. Why is that important? Micronized means that the particle sizes are much smaller, you absorb much better, so a lower dosage would give you a better effect. It's got natural pain relief, it reduces pain. It's got an entourage effect. Whatever you use with it is enhanced. So these are all big words. So what does it mean in a nutshell when you use it? It's going to help you recover faster. It's going to support your immune system. It's going to take the edge off when you have pain and inflammation. And then the nice thing is no drug interaction. So it doesn't matter what prescription medication you're on. Also, it has no effect on your liver and kidneys, which is something that normal anti-inflammatory ingredients usually can't say. Your non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, we're going to get to that, is definitely not something that you should be using, on a daily basis. People always ask me, so where do you find the PEA? So there you can see there is some sources from food, especially egg yolk. And then it is obviously something that is found in your body, and then it's produced in basically every cell, and there you can see what it does as well. It's got a lot of studies on it. If anyone was interested, they could contact me. Anything from osteoarthritis to sleep to menstrual pain to exercise recovery. There was even a study on stress where they gave some students PEA to take, where they found that it actually helped them with managing their stress levels as well. So just in a simple way, people always say to me, but I can't take anti-inflammatories. Can I take this? Yes, you can. It works completely different to your non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. So let's say, for instance, it works upstream where your normal anti-inflammatories work downstream. It inhibits enzymes. So if you have to think in terms of pictures, let's say there was a short circuit and or there's a fire. If you take the non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, it's like bringing in a hose and killing the fire. But then because of what caused the fire, maybe there was a short circuit. So what the PEA does is it goes to the motherboard, to where the short circuit was that caused the fire, and it has an effect there. So as you can say there, it works on your master switch, your master inflammatory switch, that PPA or alpha. So it actually modulates your immune response as well. And obviously for us as athletes, it's very important to know that it's water compliant, no doping risk, no drug interactions. You're not going to get addicted to this either. It's just like reducing low-grade inflammation. As I said, very important that it is micronized just for an absorption point of view, and Vitadurance is the only one that is micronized. This is my favorite thing to comment on. Since I've been taking PA, I can't remember when is the last time that I was sick. And remember, I was R&D on Lingtagon for years. So I know quite a bit about immunity. So all kinds of ways to preserve your immunity, but this has actually been the best supplement that I've ever taken. And I think it is, if you look at the literature, you'll see that there is some studies, especially with reducing the chances of getting sick and even helping you to get better faster if you do get sick. And a lot of people taking this for pain or for their joints actually reported to me, come back afterwards and said, oh my goodness, I don't get sick anymore. And I still do this as well. If I start feeling that I'm getting sick, I just up my dosage, and yeah, touch wood, I haven't been sick since I started it. Why would I still continue taking it even if I'm not running anymore? It's because inflammation is aging. So as we age, we also reduce our ability to produce PA. And, inflammation is aging, as you can see, the inflammaging. So there's so many studies that they've done with PA, and inflammation is the cornerstone of a lot of diseases. Reducing or modulating it is actually a good thing. There has been some studies also, later studies, where they looked at Alzheimer's and all of those things as well, because it does have a neuroprotective effect as well. So it is actually a very good ingredient that supports healthy aging. So one thing that I just wanted to stress, and I know everybody does this, so not that I want to preach to anyone, and I know that people usually get away with it until the day that you don't get away with it. So people do like taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatories during events. It is commonly recommended to them as well, and obviously it hurts if you run. But the problem is during endurance exercise, the blood flow to your kidneys drop by up to 70%. And then if you think of dehydration on top of this, it might be a hot day. Then if you do take non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, you have that risk of kidney injury. And remember, you don't feel your kidney function. It's only when it starts really declining when you're going to realize that, oh my goodness, I actually have some kidney damage. And then it's often related to these use of anti-inflammatories while taking part in extreme events as well. And the other thing also is it interferes with healing. So it makes you feel better, but your recovery is just going to be longer. So why is PA a safer alternative? As I said, zero kidney or liver toxicity, no gut bleeding, no intestinal issues that people would have as well. Supports healing rather than blocking it. Like I say, there's studies with it in terms of exercise recovery, safe to use before, during, and after events, and you can take it along with other medications. There's no drug interactions as well. You can't really overdose with it. It's better to take more dosages more often than to take a high dosage, because it is something that is naturally present in your body, so you break it down very fast. So what is the dosing that I recommend? So obviously you usually start with 1 twice a day for 6 weeks, and then the daily maintenance is 1 capsule a day. If you're in a hard training block, 1 twice a day. When you start feeling that a cold's coming on, you can also use 1 up to 3 times a day. So what do I recommend for people to use on race day? I do this myself as well. I take 1 capsule before the start, and then 1 maybe every 3 hours during the race, then 1 immediately afterwards as well. And then obviously the long-term maintenance, when I'm not training hard or when I'm just normal resting, whatever, I just take 1 a day as well. So this is what it looks like. Just a little recap of everything there as well. I think it's important to see this. There's no doping risk, no drug interactions, no organ toxicity, and it has micronized 500 milligrams of micronized PA per capsule. And then I love recommending the joint active and the PA together. I always tell people they are like Romeo and Juliet, because joint active is the architect. It builds and protects the structure. Remember, it's your multi-collagen supplement with that herbal anti-inflammatories plus the vitamin K for your bones. And then PA is your guardian. It controls inflammation and it helps with recovery. And remember also PA is plytropic. So whatever you use with it, it enhances the effect. So I've seen unbelievable effects of using these two together. Joint active always just one a day, PA one a day, but then you can increase your PA when necessary as well. And then as I explained just now, you can also use it during events if you wanted to. So what other supportive products would I recommend for Two Oceans? This one is a firm favorite. It's the cramp spray. So the other PhD pharmacist that I spoke about, she actually did a PhD on fulvic acid. So that's her area of speciality. So this is a magnesium glycerophosphate spray with a little bit of fulvic acid, dextrose, and sodium in. You can spray 6 to 10 times under your tongue. Very fast absorption. I love this product. 1 year on Two Oceans, I decided to go run with zero drop shoes without ever running with zero drop. And I remember the guy said to me, but it's going to be tough on your calves. And I just thought, what would he know? I've got such strong legs. I never cramp. I got to 42 just there before Constantia, and I was in so much agony. I couldn't step. I couldn't go forward. I couldn't go backwards. Luckily, I had some of this, and I started spraying this. And yeah, I did finish. It was a little bit more painful than what I was used to, but I think if it wasn't for this cramp spray, it would have been a different ending for me that day. Even now, if I see an uphill, I spray under my tongue just for that little bit of a boost of energy because of the dextrose and the magnesium glycerophosphate, which also yields a ATP, which is energy. Alkaline capsules. So this is something that I feel very strongly about. Most people don't even know that they have a high acidic load. It's inevitable if you do a lot of exercise as well. If you're somebody that suffers from a lot of cramps, tiredness, brain fog, all of those things, it could be that you're not getting enough minerals. Also, people that follow these diets, maybe high protein or the carnivore, that don't get a lot of fruit and vegetables, because these minerals you find in your fruit and vegetables. So if you don't eat fruits and vegetables, you won't have enough of these minerals available. And what do? They just, like I said before, they buffers. They just buffer this excess acidity that you either have because of your lifestyle or because of the amount of exercise that you do. The main ingredient in here is potassium. People are always going on about calcium, but potassium is the big ingredient that athletes lose when they sweat a lot. But then there's a bit of calcium and magnesium and licorice root and peppermint in there as well. And it's a citrate, so it's got a very